What's up, classmates and classmatettes? This week we were supposed to be explaining how primatology helps us to better understand our own human evolution. So the three things that stuck out to me from this week's assignments and all the videos that we watched were that the emergence of hierarchies in primatology that we study, sexual dimorphism as it relates to the difference between genders in the different species of monkeys, and culture, again, as an emergent aspect of both primates and Homo sapiens, of humans. I think those three aspects are a major component or major components of primatology that can easily be mapped pretty much like for like over human evolution. If you think about the different hierarchies that already exist in the human culture, we've got them that exist in the industrial complex, the professional work setting, you exist here at school, the teacher to student hierarchy and dichotomy. You've got family hierarchies where the parental child role emerges. Sexual dimorphism being the next quality, I thought was an interesting one, because while you don't see as much sexual dimorphism in humans, you could almost argue that over the years we're getting more and more and more similar in some of our physical traits and features. There are still certain features that become accentuated or that will kind of wax and wane over the years. So back in the 50s and 60s, a more curvy, voluptuous female form was more enticing here in the U.S. versus now it's a more willowy and lean aesthetic that seems to be appealing here in the U.S. specifically. That's been different in other cultures and across the world at different times, and it definitely leads to what I believe or could arguably be stated as sexual dimorphism. That different traits that lead toward a certain gender's capacity and prevalence for sexual reproduction become accentuated, and whether or not those things are predatory in nature, so whether or not they're built for conflict among the species, I don't think was the point. I felt like it was more just what allowed for sexual selection to boost a person's fitness overall was what the sexual dimorphism focused on. And then the last thing, of course, culture. That's an easy one. Everything we do is in some way, shape, or form going to be related to culture. It's really hard to escape it in completely. And another big rhetoric right now is that kind of culture is not your friend. Get away from culture. Get back to the woods. Get back to nature. And that's all well and good. But here I sit making a video on a computer, again, that the other video claims that, I didn't design, nor do I have a full understanding of its workings. And yet through culture, I have the ability to appreciate these advancements in my own individual life and have a greater quality and quantity of life. I myself am more fit and able to reproduce by nature with all these advancements that culture has provided to me. So while culture may not be our individual best friend and pal, I definitely don't think it's our enemy. And I think that our understanding of primates culture is one way to better, I think, analyze and understand the benefits that culture plays in human evolution. And this is my contribution for this week's assignment.